What's going on, you guys? This is your boy, the Sebastian Alexander Bonet, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Rhoyally PHUCKED, but you can call me His Royal Highness. We're going to talk about Season 1, Episode 3 of Lovecraft's Country called Holy Ghost. So ultimately, at this point, it picks up maybe about, that sounded bad, but my booty was sleeping. I was trying to adjust myself. Sorry, that sounded real nasty. It picks up like 4 weeks later, a month later. Atticus is over at Uncle George's house. Uncle George is dead. They buried him. They told his wife, who is played by Ingenue Ellis, her name on the show is Hippolyta Freeman, told him that he was killed by a sheriff. They didn't tell her any of the details of what really happened to him about the magical witchcraft and yada yada yada. So he dead and buried and all of that good stuff. And she has resentment, nagging feelings that we find out later on in the episode, that she feels that the truth has not been told to her about what has transpired to her husband George. So she has some pent up feelings and some pent up issue. Long story short, Latricia, that's not a child, I'm saying Latricia. I had a friend named Latricia from high school. Letitia is her name. Lydia, I'm still wrong, bitch. Lydia came into some money. We'll find out later on how she came into the money. And she ended up buying a house in the white side of the neighborhood in Chicago. You know, segregation is over. We able to move on into the white neighborhoods. And of course, we legally can do it, but they still gonna make it a hard time for us. So she bought this old abandoned house or whatnot that apparently is haunted. It gives me very much Ryan Murphy from the haunted. What season was that? Was that season 1 about the haunted house? I think that was season 1. Season 1 is where when they got murdered. If you got murdered or killed on the property, you were stuck there. I think that was haunted house. But long story short, she bought a haunted house and didn't know she bought a haunted house. There was a doctor, old white doctor there, that was experimenting on black people, which is nothing new, right? So doing all kinds of funky tests and funky experiments, and the souls were trapped in the house with the bad doctor or whatnot, right? So she buys this house, brings her sister over, and they're making this house a refuge house for artists and black people, getting them out of the ghetto and giving them hope and this, that, and the other. The white folks are burning crosses on the lawn, upset about it. They was having a good old shindig in the house, and there's a glass that there is a cross burning on the lawn. Mama is fed up, and what I loved about this, they played some good music, but honey, they played Mr. Randy Clark Cole. Now it is so. I'm putting these two together. They played Dorinda Clark Cole, everything that the devil stole, God giving it back to me. Everything that the devil stole, God giving it. Can't have my heart. Can't have my peace. Can't have my joy. I want everything that the devil stole, God giving it back to me. They was playing that while Lydia was out there busting out the cars of the white folks. What the white folks would do is park their cars in front of their house and tie a brick to the horn. So it was to kind of drive them out or whatnot of the neighborhood, to annoy them. And so, honey, mama grabbed the baseball bat, and the men, my foot itching, sorry y'all. The men grabbed their shotguns, honey, to protect her while she was doing what she was doing. Honey, mama went out there and bust out all of their windows, bust out the headlights, bust out doors, all of that good shit up there, because they wanted to drive them crazy, honey, of the white folks' cars. And then before the police got there, they threw all the guns in the trunk and the bat in the trunk, and her sister drove on off, because what you're not going to do is catch me with all of these weapons and have a right to, and claim that you have a right to shoot me. And so when the police pulled up, they got down on the ground and put their hands up like, bitch, we're not resisting, yada. The same shit that we kind of have to do right now in 2020, hope. So anyway, they take her downtown, arrest her. They kind of abuse, they did abuse her in the back of the police, in the paddy wagon, and that's when she finds out that the house is haunted. and about the bodies and the dismemberment. And she pulls articles and put two and two together and see the people, this, that, and the other. While at this party, the children, and this is what I took, not a problem with, but it struck me odd. We as black people, we don't play with Ouija boards. That ain't never been our thing. We ain't trying to contact the spirit where them hoes gone, they over there, we over here. Y'all stay there, we gonna be over here. So that's never been our thing. So to have the little children down there playing in the basement, along places, with a Ouija board, I said, oh no, girl. And then when they said, the boy said, am I gonna have fun on my vacation? He said no. And they said, who are we talking to? And they spelled out George Freeman. I was like, oh girl, not Uncle George, girl. He tried to get y'all, he tried to come back to y'all. Honey, George Freeman, daughter D, honey, or Diana, they call her D. Honey, she was not having it. Mama stormed out and said, how could you do that? And was pissed off. What else? What else? In this episode, they go get this shaman or this Auntie Cleo S woman that came and brought a fresh goat, honey, and slit the goat's neck, honey, and had that fresh communal blood and bloods and crosses on the head and on the door, and they proceeded to summon the demons. And then the three white boys who had their car busted out decided to break into the house. Wrong move. Not where they summoning demons, baby. So they down there trying to cleanse the house, and then Auntie Cleo get possessed with the black eyes, and she start choking Atticus, and then he get possessed because she fall out or whatnot with the black eyes, and Jerry's down there, and with her research earlier, she started finding, she found the names and the pictures of the people that died in the house. And she started to summon them, saying, calling them by name, I need your help, I need your help. You're not dead anymore, yada, yada, yada. Come to find out, that guest that was saying, the ghost that was saying, get out of the goddamn house, was the white man. So you saw these ghosts coming dismembered and messed up by the experiments that he did on them. But she was like, you're not dead anymore. And they started, in their ghostly selves and fleshly selves, grabbed hands and started chanting to get rid of the white man doctor that was doing experiments. And in the midst of that, you kind of see this formation of them being from dismembered. It's almost a cleansing of it is a cleansing of the house, but it's almost for them now being able to officially rest. So they went from this dismember, like somebody didn't have a whole, like he cut off their jaw and there was no jaw there. There was like something going through the head, like a spike going through the head or whatnot. So they went through this transformative process of now coming back to their whole self of how they were before they went into the house, so they can finally rest in peace or whatnot. And they banished the ghost. They didn't never show what happened to the Auntie Cleo looking bitch, but they cleansed the house. Atticus and Letitia had sex, and come to find out, it was her first time because either one of two things, and I don't know about breaking hymens, honey, but she revealed that it was her first time having sex. When he got done fucking her, and I'm assuming it was no condom because they was going at it, baby. When he pulled out, there was blood on his hand, and she was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know my menstrual. She was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know my menstrual came on or whatnot, right? He's like, don't worry about it, yada yada yada. And he was thinking, it was like, and I hate to say like period blood, but later on in the restaurant or wherever they were, she said that was her first time, so at least believe that the blood was him breaking her hymen, I'm guessing, or breaking the vaginal walls and yada yada yada. So that leads, I guess, in the realm of the story, leads me to believe that daddy got a big old dick. I don't know, I've never broken anybody's hymen. Never. I've broken some backs, bitch, but never any hymens. So I am looking forward to watching more of Lovecraft Country. That is pretty much the basis of this episode. I am predicting that Uncle George is going to come back because he is kind of a main character. And being that he communicated via the Ouija board, I'm assuming that was him. He's going to come back. Christina Blakewith came in. It came to the evolution that the money used to buy the house that Letitia got, she said it was from her mama's funeral, which that's what she thinks it came from, like an inheritance, but it came from the Blythe wife. Now, why they gave her that money to buy the house, we have not figured that out yet, but we're going to continue to see what kind of power he has, she has, and go from there. So with that being said, I am your boy, the Sebastian Alexander Bonet. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Rhoyally PHUCKED. There's going to be an email right here, which is rhoyllyphucked@gmail.com. I have a new segment called Ask His Royal Highness, where I'll be answering your questions. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. And ultimately, that is about it. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great, great day. Peace and much love, y'all. Bye.